So, hey guys, Chauso here. So yeah, I just realized that I never talked about the new batch on JP, and I think it might be understandable because it might be the most filler of filler batches imaginable. So yeah, like it dropped together with a lot of stuff on global as well, and yeah, I just didn't get around to it. It's very cool that we're finally getting a Morgan's unit though. Not the best free-to-play unit ever, but yeah, he does have double special, which is nice, but he just doesn't do all that much. But yeah, let's instead talk. I'm not going to talk much about the new rear recruits. The one thing I want to point out is their support abilities. Stussy is a bit more whatever, but plus 0.5 to Shane is not bad, same as V1 Sanji, and I use him a lot. The only main issue with Stussy is that she can only be put on Lucci, so not as usable at all. Great art though. Kaku though can be put on Lucci, and when you're inflicted with attack down, you remove it by 2 turns. Super good support. Another great thing with this support is that, well, it depends how you look at it, but it's cool that it only removes attack down. That means it can't be interrupted. Like a lot of attack down supports remove other stuff as well. So like supports remove attack down and bind. Like if you get binded, you can't remove attack down later and such. So it's cool to get an options where you only remove attack down. There's not many, like we do have the Kobe support and such, but nice to have another option. I wish it's supported more than Lucci, but it is what it is. But yeah, let's talk about Lucci then. I still feel a bit weirded out that he's getting a weed tree of all things, but yeah, why not? Captain ability, like many recent units, he boosts both 1 color and 2 classes. Sometimes it's 2 color and 1 class, but yeah, I prefer this to be honest. Dex Powerhouse Fighter, 5 times attack, 1.5 times HP, increase appearance of matching orbs, and you get some healing depending on how many perfects you hit. Yeah, solid captain, pretty boring, but you do get a lot of goodies. 1.58 times HP is always nice, and you rarely get it together with healing in captain, so yeah, Lucci is going to be very bulky. Special, completely removes Death Up. 100 times attack and typeless damage to all enemies. For 1 turn, plus 1000 base attack to Dex Powerhouse of Fighters, and boost orbs of Dex Powerhouse and Fighter characters by 2.5 times. So yeah, to me this special is very reminiscent of Whitebeard versus Shanks. It's the same thing where you just use your special and you get so much extra damage. And on top of that, you also get utility of completely removing Death Up. So that's a nice bonus. Whitebeard vs. Shanks doesn't really have utility like that. But they of course have their versus special, which makes up for it. And yeah, I know it looks boring, but honestly, it's not like decks are swimming in options. So having a unit that gives this much extra damage output to decks, as well as 2 classes that also could use more units. Like, I'm on board with this. Like, it might be boring, it might be bland, but it does the job. The only weird thing here is that he's the only legend this batch. Like, if this was like the summer batch, he'd be like the V2, or rather Legend Vivi, who is a bit bland but good. But come with another legend that is a bit more creative and such. But we just got Lucci, so it is what it is. Super type, easy condition like it usually is nowadays. You just need to activate Orb Boost. 75 times character's attack in damage to all enemies that ignores any defensive effects and defense. And you get an extra 0.3 Orb Boost. Honestly, like, this is one of the, not one of the worst super types, but it's pretty bad. Like, sure, when you burst with Lucci, you effectively get up 2.8 times ore boost instead of 2.5, so like it's not bad. It's just like it just brings so little to the table compared to so many other super types. But better than not having a super type like the other legend here. A great thing with Lucci though is his support. Like Kaku and Stussy can now just remove 3 turns of death up whenever they use a special. Like all Kaku and Stussy units are super buffed by that, super stoked by that, very cool. Let's take a look at Kuma though, Kuma 2. I know he's got a lot of hate, and I say that this is like Moria all over again. We're getting a solid legend that has just been overhyped by people because they've been going on about Kuma getting a legend for so long. They've dreamed up in their mind how a Kuma legend should work, and now we're getting a pretty normal legend with some cool stuff added to the kit. And because you have unrealistic expectations, suddenly this Kuma sucks. And yeah, no, he does not suck. He's a solid legend. Captain ability, -1 CD. Strength characters, 4.5 times attack. 5 times until you hit anything other than perfect. 1.5 times HP. You do 100 times receive damage at the end of the turn. And crew is immune to blow away. Like, whoa. This captain does so much. Like, he has the V4 law effect of repelling damage you take, and people love V4 law, so this is like a strength version of it. But instead of being immune to the spear, you are being immune to blow away, which is a lot more unique mechanic overall, and can get some cool uses. So yeah, I'm I'm not the biggest fan of V4 law for the end of turn damage you repel, but rather for the despair immunity and synergy with V3 Mihawk, but still very cool addition. My main option with Kuma is probably more his special, but mostly because we have so many color affinity special on strength super types nowadays. But yeah, you can always pair up with Bullet and you can always make use of it. Anyway, you have the V2 Kata effect of adding typeless damage depending on the damage you accumulate. And yeah, it seems like it's similar. Like it says you can do max 10 million damage. Like, isn't that a buff? Like, I think Kata is like 1 million, now it's 10 million, so you can do some crazy damage. But I'm not sure how much damage you need to take to reach that. Like, feel free to tell me in the comments. I'm hopeless with math and such. It doesn't help that I won't be able to try Kuma for quite a few months anyway. But yeah, that might be insane for normal attack, for non-normal attack only content, but that's still kind of rare. Otherwise, like, you always get color affinity, 2.25 times color affinity, or like if you have 60,000 HP or more, you get a bit higher color affinity. Such a weird restriction, but yeah, whatever. As for sailors, like, Kuma is immune to blindness, and apparently it's only Kuma that is immune to blown away. It always sounded weird that they'd add a crew-wide blow away sub, but it seems like the translation was incorrect. Like, I can't check sailor translations myself, so we'll just have to believe that. Kuma also has Hunger and Berry Pen. I never looked at that, but that's pretty cool Limbrick abilities. And support, final stage, color affinity for power, for strength. And it's for strength characters that are also powerhouse. It doesn't say how much, but I presume it's like 1.5 times color affinities. That's not bad. But yeah, I'm happy with this. It's pretty cool. It could have been better, should have been super type, but they're being weird with Pyro Rumble legends. But yeah, that's my opinion of these new legends. Like on Global, I probably pull on Kuma Sugo if V2 Kizaru was also on it, but on JP that's not the case. Very weird, but Yeah, I'll get to pulling him eventually. We'll have to see what's coming up on JP. But yeah, thanks for watching, guys. See you next time.